Hello, and welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each school will have 6 minutes to share about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer your questions. My name is Daisha, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items to share. First, your microphone and camera are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And this is one of many different sessions happening today, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. We also have events taking place tomorrow. This presentation will be recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey. I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, which will be Georgian Court University.
Thank you so much. There we go. My name is David Hamilton, and I'm from Georgian Court University. And I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about our school, what we have to offer at our school, and different ways you guys can get involved. So, Georgian Court University, we're a small private Catholic institution in Lakewood, New Jersey. We were founded in 1908 by the Sisters of Mercy. We are traditionally a Catholic institution, but you do not need to be Catholic to come to our school. We accept people of all faiths and denominations. Currently, our undergraduate population sits at about 1,700 students in total and about 700 graduate students. As of this past year, our class ratios average about 13 students to a course. And another great highlight is that all of our courses are taught by full-time faculty members or adjuncts who hold either a master's level education or a PhD education. We do not have graduate assistants, and we do not have TAs teaching courses. Georgian Court was originally founded on the 5 Mercy Core values of respect, service, integrity, justice, and compassion. We truly live these into our daily lives as students and as our faculty as well. The School of Arts and Sciences, School of Business and Digital Media, School of Education, and the Georgian Court Hackensack Meridian Health School of Nursing and Wellness are the 4 campuses on our school, which you can major in. So we have various different disciplines within each of those schools, varying from biochemistry, wellness and sports, psychology, education. Some of our biggest programs are nursing and business programs, as well as psychology. So some of the different resources on our campus, we have several different leadership organizations, such as Women in Leadership Development and Emerging Leaders, as well as our Student Government Association. We also do have Educational Opportunity Fund on our campus, which is a New Jersey-based program. We also have the Learning Connection, which is a specialized program for students who may have some sort of disability for learning, whether it be autism, ADHD, anything of that nature that really impacts your educational experiences. This would be a great program for you. And we also do have TRIO Student Support Services. Another great opportunity for resources on our campus is our counseling center. This is available to all students and it's completely free of service. We have about 4 full-time counselors on staff with about 2 to 3 that are on a rotating part-time basis. All of our counselors are especially well-versed with dealing with students that are within the LGBTQ community, as many of them have done their training within those type of group areas. We also have various different opportunities for global education. We have our 2 different honor schools on our campus, which is our regular university honors program and our psych honors program, which these will give you an additional scholarship as well as additional better housing on our campus. We have several different services available to our students, such as our career services and job counseling, campus student employment opportunities, as well as internship and job placements after you graduate and while you're completing your degree. We work very hard to make sure our students are able to succeed and so that they are able to find their careers that they truly love. Over 92% of our graduates are currently employed in fields that relate to their major, and that is within about a 6-month span after graduation. So we're very proud of that aspect. There we go. So on our campus, we have 4 different residence halls: Maria Hall, Mercy Hall, St. Joseph, and St. Catherine's Hall. Our buildings are coeducational. However, they are divided by male and female on each floor. depending on the student ratio, one floor may be split half into female, half into male, just depending on the student ratios. However, we do also have single room options for students who are willing to pay an extra fee. That is available to all students as well. On our campus, we have over 40 clubs and organizations that strive on service, campus ministry, giving back to our communities, and really empowering our students. They can range anywhere from academic and career clubs to social community clubs. Some of our biggest would be our student government, our campus activities board. One of our more up and coming ones would be our LGBTQ at GCU group. They've been around for about 8 years now, but they are becoming one of our most popular programs on our campus for students to get involved with, as they do various different social events as well as service projects. In addition, we are an NC Division II athletics school. We have, for women's teams, we have basketball, cross country, lacrosse, soccer, softball, track and field, and volleyball. And for our men's teams, we have basketball, cross country, lacrosse, soccer, and track and field. Over the past few years, our campus has actually been the host of our conference. And just this past week, we held a couple of our lacrosse conference championships, which we were very fortunate to be able to host. So great news about Georgian Court is that even though we are a private Catholic institution, we do have very affordable scholarships available. So all of our students receive a merit-based scholarship that can range anywhere from $6,500 up to $19,000 per year. And that's guaranteed every single year, so long as you maintain good academic standing. They can range it anywhere from that $19,000, but you have to include with that is that you have your need-based financial aid, such as your Pell, your TAG, and also work studies and outside scholarships. On this slide here, you can see that we have our tuition rates that are set just under $17,000 for this coming academic year, with our nursing majors being a little bit higher for different fees involved. And we are rolling admissions, so you decide to apply by April 1st to get the best chance for your application to be reviewed in time. And we also do not require the ACTs or SATs. We also do offer drive-through tours, campus guided tours, as well as one-on-one counseling meetings with your admissions counselors. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Wonderful. Thank you, Georgian Court University. Our next institution is Kaiser University.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. So for those of you who are not familiar with Keiser University, I'm really excited to spend these next 6 minutes with you. My name is Jacqueline Desolé. I'm an admissions officer at Keiser University's flagship campus in West Palm Beach, Florida. Keiser University is actually the largest private non-for-profit school in the state, and we have over 20 campuses throughout the state of Florida. The flagship campus is our only campus with dorms in Florida. It's about 5 to 7 miles from the beach, but as you can see from these photos, we also offer a plush and beautiful experience while you're on campus. So just to give you a quick glimpse in. Today, you're going to have an opportunity to learn briefly about Keiser University and our foundation, a little bit about student life and academics, scholarship opportunities. I will provide everybody with a QR code to a link for an application with a fee waiver. We are unrolling admissions. And so if you're graduating this year and you haven't quite found that right fit, you'll have an opportunity to gain access to that today. So Keiser University was actually founded a while ago, as you can see, back in 1977. Dr. Keiser and his mom founded Keiser University off the back of their own college experience. And what they really wanted to do was to create an experience where students could have career-focused, hands-on opportunities in their courses. So small classes give our students an opportunity to work one-on-one with our faculty who are industry professionals and also well-educated with master's and doctoral degrees in their respective fields. The way that I like to describe who our faculty are, they're really the professionals and experts in their industry who are looking to prepare that next generation of experts for their field, and that's how passionate they are about their respective fields. At Keiser University, you have an opportunity to go all the way with your education. I am a student there as well, working on my doctoral degree, and with Keiser, you can do that. You can work on an associate's, bachelor's, master's, or graduate, doctoral degree at any of our campuses. So even if you're not sure if you're ready to move away from home, you definitely have an opportunity to visit a local Keiser University here in Florida if you're living locally. Our campus is also very diverse. One of the things that you'll notice when you mention or when you visit, and I would encourage you guys to follow us on Instagram or any social media, and certainly come take a visit, is our beautiful campus is surrounded by flags that represent our student diversity. So we do have students from multiple different countries, many different states, and that just adds to your experience, your college experience, and broadening your horizons and the way that you view things by being able to interact with people from so many different cultures and backgrounds. So that's a really exciting part of Keiser. There are some key facts here. There are so many, but what I would really want to encourage everyone to think about are things like job placement rate, licensure rate. Keiser University is actually the #1 producer of nurses here in Florida. That's something that we are particularly proud of. We've been ranked amongst the top safest campuses here in Florida. And so when you and your family are really sitting down and kind of hashing out what's important to you, we want you to consider not only the key facts for us, but really what's important to you and your family, and then make a decision, after visiting and considering what's going to be your best fit. Certainly we have a lot to boast about with whether it's our NJACAC team winning a competition, our athletes bringing home the Learfield Cup, or our students graduating, which we just celebrated recently. So pretty exciting stuff happening on our university. And it's all because of the collaboration between our faculty and our students and all the hard work they put in together. If you are an athlete, you can see the men's and women's opportunities are listed here. www.kuchawks.com is where you can get more information, including coach contact information. And if you're interested to see, who we compete against and what the NAI division requirements are, it's all there at kuchawks.com. And then some co-ed sports, guys. This is super exciting. If you're involved with gaming and esports, there are opportunities for you to be involved with our esports team. We have a fishing club. We also have a college of golf, and there are multiple simulators on campus, as well as a putting green. So even if you just, want to try something new at Keiser University, there's always something on campus for you to try that might be new for you. Okay, and there's a quick shot of our esports team and some of the games that we participate in. We do offer over 100 degrees. My recommendation for you is to, go online, double check, make sure we've got the right career path. But more importantly, what I want you to do is reach out and speak with an admissions counselor. If you're not sure what kind of career path you want, it might be hard to pick from a list of degrees. So we want to have that conversation with you and really help you hone in on what careers might be your best fit for your future. So we offer a lot of experiential components to your learning. So small classes get you beyond lecture. That's something that we're really super proud of. So your faculty will be, taking you on field trips. There are study abroad options. And I will tell you guys, it's a very personalized experience. It's the kind of place where you're going to have the cell phone numbers of your teachers. You'll be able to text and reach out to them. There's opportunities to work on or off campus as well. Speeding up a little bit to be mindful of time. I want to make sure I get all this good information to you guys. So if you're an undergraduate student, we are test optional, and you'll have an admissions counselor assigned to you that's going to work with you and your family, particularly to help you make sure that we're going to be your best fit. And you want to have these items with you. Those ACT, SAT scores are optional though, and we can talk about that more one-on-one. If you are interested in nursing and you got excited that you heard that Kaiser's the #1 producer of nurses here in Florida, keep in mind you'll need 3 letters of recommendation and those items listed there. But again, your counselor will walk you through that to one-on-one with you and your family. Graduate admissions requirements are here as well. If you're interested, I'm happy to speak with you after today about those opportunities. And wrap up with follow us. We have our students take over our account all the time. You'll get a chance to see a day in the life of a Seahawk. And thank you guys, for being here and taking this time to plan for your future. Kudos to you.
Thank you, Kaiser University. Our next presenter is Montclair State University.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And can everyone see my screen?
Yes. Did you want to enter your presenter view? There you go.
Perfect. All right, thank you so much. My name is Vanessa Deverix. I'm the lead admissions counselor for Montclair State University. And just for those that are not familiar with Montclair State University, we're located very northern New Jersey, about 12 miles away from New York City. So Montclair State University is a very old campus, 1908. We currently have 21,000 students on our campus, and we are considered a medium-sized institution, but we are the second largest school in New Jersey. We do offer 300 different academic programs, majors, minors, and concentrations. And for our students that live on campus, we do see around 53 to 5,500 students live on one of our 10 different residence halls. Montclair State University is a very beautiful campus. It's 252-acre suburban campus, again, 12 miles away from New York City. It almost looks like Southern California with the white buildings and the Spanish red roofs. But we also have very accessible campus. So we do have 2 train stations located on either end of Montclair State University's campus, as well as public bus transit. So it is a great location if you're looking for a suburban area, but also to have the urban environment right next to you. And Montclair State University is a very diverse campus. We are known as a Hispanic serving institution. We are also considered one of the top 100 colleges for Hispanics, as well as a best of the best top 25 LGBTQ plus friendly campus. In addition to this, we are very well known for some of our academic programs, especially within College of the Arts, as well as teacher education. And while we do welcome all students, we do make sure that we have supportive services throughout your time at Montclair State University. And for those that are interested in academic programs, we range over 300 different programs, going from our most popular in biology, business, justice studies, psychology, computer science, to some of those that offer combined degrees, where in 5 years you could get both your bachelor's and your master's degree. So some examples on the right with our master's business administration, but when you apply to Montclair State University, you'll always be given the option as an incoming freshman. And if you're not sure what you'd like to study yet, we actually have a program called the Discovery Program, where you could be a pre-major student and you'll be interested in one of these program tracks, where you're going to have an advisor help you discover what you're interested in based on what your future goals are. So the goal of the program is to help you discover your interests through guided study, and you'll be able to sample different programs and courses throughout your time at Montclair State University and still count for graduation. And being a larger campus, Montclair State University has high involvement through all of our students, whether you are living on campus or commuting. We have over 120 clubs and organizations, 38 intramural club sports, 18 Division III teams, study abroad in over 60 different countries. And we do have 10 different residence halls, each with their own personality at Montclair State. Freshman housing is always guaranteed if you're coming in and deposit by May 1st. And we also offer different academic and support services. So besides official organizations you join as a student, I do want to note that we are very big with our social justice and diversity initiatives, and I'll be able to get to some of our centers right now. So for Montclair State University, we're very big, again, with our Campus Pride Index. We're rated 5 out of 5, and we're also considered a top LGBTQ friendly school. For us at Montclair State University, we do welcome all students and very supportive of students regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. And within our LGBTQ Center, which is located in our Office of Social Justice and Diversity, we are very big with making sure that students have welcome discussion groups all throughout our semesters at Montclair State, on-campus resources that all students can use, as well as academic development programs, and those also that are at Montclair State University as professional staff do different workshops that are available. And we also have a living community at Montclair State University. So LGBTQ, as well as our allies, have living learning option. So this is one of our residence hall here, Denalo. You do have an option if you'd like to live in Stonewall Suites. If you express that you want to be in more of a supportive and diverse community of individuals to help promote your learning, a student that's interested in advocating LGBTQ plus issues, as well as supporting that throughout the campus environment and including residence life programming. So these are available through, again, our residence halls. It is an application program, and you have to be safe space trained in order to live in Stonewall Suites, but it's a great opportunity to, again, get involved with LGBTQ plus community at Montclair State University. And for Red Hawk Pride, again, we have many different organizations as well as themed events throughout the entire year. Some of our most welcoming events, as well as ones that we look forward to the most, are definitely going to be within our diversity weeks and NJ Pride. Every year, we also go to New York City for the Pride marathons and the races, as well as all throughout the years. We also do our diversity weeks, coming out weeks. We do also have transgender visibility weeks, unity days, and Women's History Month. This is in addition to the programming for the LGBTQ Center. And again, this is something that where students, you don't have to be in an official organization. You could do just events all throughout campus, or you feel you could join at some other time. So this isn't required to join an organization, but can be events throughout the entire year. But there are some student organizations you can join, including for Daughter Speaks, which is about the Black LGBTQ experience at Montclair State University, as well as Greek life organizations that are gender inclusive. Then finally, if you're interested in applying to Montclair State University, we are on Common App as well as our own university application. And for Montclair State University, we do look at a holistic review process, meaning that we don't have a minimum GPA, but our normal average GPA for an incoming student is around a 3.2 or 3.3 GPA. So we're going to look at your transcript as well as your overall academic GPA in order to see if you're admitted to Montclair State University. And if you are admitted to Montclair State University, you do have the option to be paired up with a peer mentor to help get an understanding of Montclair State University if it's the right fit for you. All right, thank you so much. And I'm just going to put my contact information here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Montclair State University. Our next presenter is Pennsylvania College of Technology.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Bryce Winder, and I am one of the admissions counselors here at Pennsylvania College of Technology. Just a little bit about us. We are located in north central Pennsylvania. It's about an hour away from State College. It's about 3 hours away from Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, just to give you a real sense of where we're at. Really, the big thing that what we do here at Pennsylvania College of Technology, or Penn College as we call it, is our hands-on applied technology education. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, about some of the things that we do offer our LGBTQ plus community, and then we'll dive right into that. So a couple of things here. There we go. So we do have over 100 different diverse majors here at Penn College. We'll dive into what some of those programs are exactly. But the big thing here is that we do have a fantastic graduate placement rate that really shows that our students are getting a great education, but then they're able to go ahead and put that to use and get a job, hopefully before they graduate. Many of them do, if not after graduation. Now, I said that we really use our hands-on applied technology education, and that is really through our 150 plus learning labs here on campus. Every program's got them, and that really allows our students to get involved and embrace themselves in these programs. That way they're able to get that hands-on experience that they're looking for. And then we do have an average class size of about 16 students. So we really pride ourselves in that. You're really going to get to know your other students one-on-one. You're going to get to know your faculty member one-on-one. That way we can give you, the best learning experience possible. So we do have over 100 plus programs that are split into 3 different academic schools. First, we have our School of Business, Arts, and Sciences. We have our business program is in there, culinary baking, human services and restorative justice, graphic design, just to name a few in there. Then we have our School of Engineering Technologies. We have over 60 different programs that are in that college. So that ranges anywhere from heavy equipment to diesel to construction, automotive, architecture. So really anything that has some sort of engineering component to it is going to be found in that academic school. And then finally, we have our College of Nursing and Health Sciences. So this holds our PA program, dental hygiene, nursing, surg tech, radiography, just to name a few for you. The best thing I can tell you to do is, if this sounds like your type of education, is to really check out our program finder tool online. Not only will it give you a very good feel for the different programs that we offer here at the college, but it will allow you to do a more in-depth look at the curriculum and classes you would take, stuff like that, to see if it'd be a good fit for you. Student life here on campus, we really have everything that a traditional college has. We're just more focused on that hands-on education. So we have student clubs and organizations, sports teams, we have on-campus housing, dining. So you really get that college experience that a lot of students are looking for, just in maybe more non-traditional majors, for example. Like I said, we're in Williamsport. We're a couple hours away from New Jersey. We get a lot of students though that make the easy drive down Route 80 or Route 76 to 80 to get here. We have a beautiful campus that's located, it's nestled right in the Susquehanna Valley area. So lots of mountains, and there's a really nice river that goes right next to campus with a walking trail. Tons of good local nature spots if that's what you're interested in. Like I said, we have that walking trail, tons of bike trails. You can kayak in the river, fish, do stuff like that. Also home to the Little League World Series. So that goes on every year during move-in weekend. So that's a cool, fun thing that you can do. Make some new friends here, go over to the game, experience a culture worldwide experience, which is pretty cool. We have our Community Arts Center, which is located in downtown Williamsport. That's actually owned by the college, and they'll do different Broadway shows, concerts, comedians, stuff like that. And then we also have a lot of good local restaurants and shops and experiences like that. So overall, Williamsport's a great place to go to school. It's a nice small city, so you get that feel, but then you're going to get more of a rural setting actually for the college campus, but it's located only a couple minutes away from downtown Williamsport. So LGBTQ plus representation, we do have students can do preferred names from day one that they come into contact with us. We have our student organization, which is PC Alliance. They do a lot of fantastic things around campus all year long, especially during our annual Pride Week, which is where our picture here is actually from. That usually takes place right around the springtime, end of April. That way, as we know, LGBTQ plus and Pride Month is in June, but our students are not traditionally here during that time. So we want to make sure that we celebrate them, while they're here on campus, and certainly all times of the year. We do have gender inclusive housing. That's fairly new here. Last year was our first. This is actually finishing our full year for that. Same with LGBTQ housing contract. We of course have counseling services that are available, and then we do have safe zone training available for employees. That way you can feel comfortable and confident going to different faculty and staff here on the Penn College campus. We love to highlight students. One of them is Kylan Marshall here. Kylan is actually a senior now, getting ready to graduate from our Human Services and Restorative Justice program. They are part of Student Government Association. They were senator, as well as the vice president of PC Alliance. You can see a quote here from Kai. Really loved the experience they had here at Penn College. They built those relationships, those connections that are going to take them, to all walks of life. And then you can see the most important thing that they learned being part of the LGBTQ plus community was being their authentic self. You can see here we have a very simple admissions process. Just complete the app, submit your materials, and then meet placement requirements. And then of course, definitely schedule a visit. That way we can go ahead and we can get you on campus, see if it's a good fit for you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Penn College of Technology. Our final presenter is University of St. Thomas.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everybody see this?
Yes.
Fantastic. So my name is Yang. I use they, them, their pronouns, and I am a senior admission counselor at the University of St. Thomas. So let's dive right into it. So St. Thomas, we are a Catholic rooted institution. We are committed to creating a diverse, equitable, and inclusive environment here. As you can see on the slide, we do have over about 6,000 undergraduates here, and then 10,000 with graduates too. We have about 21% of students of color here, 92 countries represented, and 41 states as well. Moving on, we do have 3 campuses. So we have one in St. Paul, Minnesota. This is where all of our undergraduate students will be housed at. And then we do have a campus in Minneapolis, which is where our graduate and our 2-year undergraduate program is housed at. And then we do have a campus in Rome, Italy. So we are international, and that is where we have most of our Catholic studies seminaries and some of our study abroad programs as well too. Something I love to highlight is that we do have a free shuttle that takes our students from the St. Paul campus to the Minneapolis campus, vice versa. So students really get to experience the very 2 different environments, the very residential environment in St. Paul and the city life in Minneapolis. So I always like to say that our students, they get to experience the best of both worlds. So hashtag Hannah Montana. But these are all 3 locations, okay? And in terms of academics, we do have over 150 plus major and minors for students. As you can see here on the screen, these are some of our largest major and some of our other popular major as well too. We do now have a nursing program, so it is no longer a proposed, it has been approved, and this coming fall will be our first cohort. And then not only that, but our average class size is 21 to 1 professor. So a lot of our students will get that personal attention from the professor as well too. And then we do have core curriculums requirements such as your math, English, science, languages, fine arts, and St. Thomas students are required to take a theology and philosophy courses per semester as well too. Okay. And then moving on a little bit about our student involvement here. So clubs is a very big thing at St. Thomas. We do have over 150 students clubs as well too. And something I like to highlight is our STAR organization, which stands for the St. Thomas Activities and Recreation. They plan out the big and small events here, such as indoors, outdoors movie nights, indoors, outdoors concert, rock climbing, my personal favorite, laser tag. And again, these are just opportunities for students to establish themselves and branch out, but also to create this contemporaneous environment for themselves and their peers. If you are interested in athletics, St. Thomas this past summer, we went from Division 3 to Division 1. And so we do have over 21 men's and women's varsity sports as well too. However, if you just want to stay active and not compete competitively, we do have intramural sports and club sports as well too. And then a little bit about faith here. We do really want to highlight the interconnectedness between faith, academic, and social life as well too. And so that we can help students become stewards within their own community. And now a little bit highlighting about our diversity and inclusion opportunities. As you can see here, these are some of our scholarship and programs. Some of that are missing is the SDIS, which is the Students Diversity Inclusion Services in the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, ODEI as well too. I'm gonna move on and talk a little bit about resident lives here. So at St. Thomas, we did implement a 2-year on-campus residency requirement, meaning freshmen and sophomore do have to live on campus. But with that being said, you can go through a housing exception form and then commute as well too. But with that being said, we do have 2 programs that is established for freshmen. One is called Living Learning Community, LLC, which is on the screen. And the other is called Theme-Based Living Community, TBLC. Essentially, the difference is that LLC, you get to live with students who may share the same major or interest or identity or affiliation, right? And then TBLC is the opposite. You get to live with other students who don't necessarily share the same major or interest or identity and affiliation. And this is just, again, to provide an establishment for students to slowly branch out based on what they want to do here. I'm going to move on and talk a little bit about our students resource here as well too. And so we do have career development. Obviously, this is where the place where students, if you want to work on your resume, cover letter, mock interviews, something really unique is that once you become an alumni, you can always come back and utilize the career development resource at St. Thomas as well too. We do have academic counseling. This person will be with you throughout your 4+ years as well too, helping you in terms of planning your class schedules, providing study skills, registration tools as well too, and just be another resource for you to tap in. We do also have undergraduate research opportunities program as well too. We do provide summer grants, travel grants, and faculty mentors. A little bit more about our queer resources. Here, we do have the Queer Straight Alliance, QSA, that is student-led. We do have gender-neutral restrooms that are being built in all of our newest building and implementing into our dormitory halls as well too. And then we do have group counseling that is run by our Center for Wellbeing as well too. And then we do have an organization called Outlaw, which is for our graduate program students. And then for our faculty and staff, we do have the LGBTQAI plus Faculty and Staff Association. And so as you can see here, we do have multiple resources, not just for undergraduate, but for graduate and our staff and faculty. And that in itself also help us collaborate. Something really unique too is that we do have Lavender graduation, which is happening this Thursday. And then we do have a grant that is specifically initiation for LGBTQI plus as well too. But if you're interested, this is the site that you can come schedule a visit with us and a phone number as well too. Other than that, thank you so much, y'all.
Thank you, University of St. Thomas. Now we have some time for some Q&A with our presenters. So I would like to invite all of our presenters to join me on video, and I will present a question for you to respond to. Awesome. All right, so my first question for you is, what unique campus event or program is specific to the LGBTQ plus community at your institution? We can start with Georgian Court.
Okay. So with our LGBTQ at GCU group, they do a lot of different events on campus that are specific for our LGBTQ students, but they do a lot of educational programs as well to help educate not only our fellow students, but also some of our faculty members who may not be quite sure about what exactly that whole acronym means. As we do have, some of our professors have been with the university for nearly 4 decades. Some of them may not be the most up to date on what current issues are happening in the world. So they work really hard to make sure that through their programming that they can help educate our students. They also work very closely with our Office of Diversity and Inclusion to help make these programs, as well as do different programs like safe space training for both faculty and students.
Wonderful. Kaiser University.
Thank you. So we do have a Pride Club on campus that gets involved with various events. If you're not familiar with the South Florida area, it is certainly a LGBTQ friendly place, from Miami to Fort Lauderdale to Wilton Manors up into West Palm. So our group on campus not only gets students involved with activities to bring awareness on campus, but they do also go out into the community and get involved with events going on in the Tri-County area. And they're also involved with, growing awareness on campus to create more opportunity for students to get involved and to understand, what being LGBTQ friendly is. So while there are not any specific events on campus now, a lot of what we do is out in the community.
Thank you. Now we'll have Montclair State University.
Thanks. So we actually have a ton of programming throughout the year, as well as themed week for all gender identities and expression. But I would say one of the best things about our LGBTQ plus center is that students can actually become trained to create other opportunities for peer-to-peer engagement through our discussion groups. And this is to help educate not only others, but also to help others feel more included in the environment at Montclair State, but also feel you have somewhere to go to and someone to talk to while you're on campus. And this could be as informal as you could go to a couch, hang out, but have a safe space in order to do so. But this is throughout like every single week at Montclair State University. And again, this is in addition to all the formal programming that's on campus. So I think that's a great resource a lot of students use when they're here.
Now we'll have Penn College of Technology.
Sure, I definitely think my favorite anyway is Pride Week. I think it's cool in the fact that they obviously do stuff all year long, but during that week they always really try and change it every year, so it never looks quite the same. But it's just a good time for everybody to come together, support the LGBTQ plus community on campus, and constantly be advocates for, for those students here. So definitely Pride Week is a cool thing on our campus.
Wonderful. And then we'll have University of St. Thomas.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And so, like I mentioned earlier, we do have Lavender graduation. And so that's one of the biggest events that we have at the end of the year, just to celebrate our queer students, but also our allies and faculty and staff who identify as queer to come together. We do have coming out days in the fall as well too, and then other smaller events that are hosted by our SDIS, which is the Student Diversity Inclusive Services as well too. And then so these are some of our events and programs that we do for our LGBTQI plus community here.
Great. And some of you have responded to this question in your presentation. So we'll just do kind of popcorn style for this one. What steps has your campus taken, or is your campus taking, to be more inclusive to the LGBTQ plus community?
I guess I'll start off again. So Georgian Court being such a primary commuter-based population, we do have about 300 to 400 students living on campus. We don't currently have any policies in place, but over this coming summer period is when our residence life, student life, and our other administrators are going through and really devising a straightforward plan for our housing departments for students who identify as LGBTQ+, but don't fall in that male-female gender category. So for our non-binary friends and other students, we're working on figuring out what's going to be the best solution for them and how we can basically work with them to make sure that they're having the best college experience they can.
I'll go next year. Through the admissions process with Kaiser University, you do meet with an admissions counselor one-on-one, and part of that conversation that we have with you and your family is really undergirding the idea that Kaiser University is all inclusive. So not just for the population that we're, here to serve today, but in our operations in its entirety, we are non-discriminatory, and we make that very clear to our students. This is a safe place where everyone's accepted, and not only just accepted, but celebrated for the different viewpoints that they bring. So I hope that answers the question from Kaiser U.
So from Montclair again, we do have that gender inclusive housing that's been on our campus for a while now. That is something that part of the reason why we won the LGBTQ plus friendly school award, in addition to our Lavender graduation celebrations at the end of the year, our preferred name policy throughout Montclair State University, as well as our trans inclusive healthcare options. So we are an advocate and a supporter, and all students feel welcome on campus, but these are some of the ongoing initiatives that students can see when they're here.
Yeah, I can go next. Definitely, the gender inclusive housing is fairly new to the campus, but it's something that they were, definitely administration has been looking at for a long time. So I think that's an example that they're constantly evaluating, seeing where the college needs to improve. That's a good example with Pride Week as well, of just constantly doing new things, new initiatives. That way we can just support our students the best.
Yeah, I would definitely also mention the gender neutral housing opportunity for students as well too, but also the looking into our application form and providing gender selection, that so that we can be inclusive in that sense as well too, but also we do looking not just for students, but also for staff and faculty too. But having tummy pride training for our faculty and staff who want to go through this training as well too. And then also for our staff and faculty, really encouraging us to really showcase our pronouns in a way so that way we can translate that to our students so they can also be empowered to express who they are through the pronouns as well too. And so that's some steps. And then another big one that we're really excited for is that we did get a grant from a alumni that want us to really focus this grant on really created initiative and events for our queer community. And so that's a grant that we're really looking forward to do so. And we are creating, in part of our marketing team, a photo, I forgot what Liam called it, but it's gonna be a photo collaboration between all students and faculty staff who identify as queer, to just kind of create a awareness of who we are and that we are here and we occupy the space as well too, not just for our community, but for the local community that we are at St. Paul, the city of St. Paul as well too. And so that's some of our initiation that we're looking forward to start making more inclusivity in our community here for the queer community. Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for sharing just a bit more about how your institution is working to be more inclusive to members of the LGBTQ plus community. We have now reached the end of our time for today. So I will share my screen with you one more time just to wrap up today's fair. So thank you all for joining us. For any attendees, when you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you have. We encourage you to check the schedule and sign up for more sessions today and tomorrow, and you'll be able to view a recording of this session as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/New Jersey. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.